So Logan Paul made a project, another crypto rug pull type scam.
NFT.
And it was an NFT project that had tokens attached to it. So there was Zoo token, and this has been a huge issue. So back in, I see him behind me. I got. Let me fucking finish the goddamn story. Let me start.
Spicy time.
Okay, Jesus. And so what happened was Logan Paul started this CryptoZoo project. It was an NFT that involved opening up eggs. It was based very much off of like a Pokemon situation where you open the egg, you make money off of this game, and there's a lot to unpack here. I do have a response video that Logan Paul had put out towards CoffeeZilla. So CoffeeZilla basically exposed all of this, and Logan Paul essentially hired a bunch of scammers themselves to build this project. Apparently, unbeknownst to him, they ended up creating these tokens and front loading essentially their Logan Paul's audience, his fans. And what ended up happening was the rug got pulled from underneath of Logan Paul. Logan Paul went completely silent, didn't say anything. All the while, Logan Paul was kind of, sort of, probably gonna rug pull everybody as he has done in the past as well. But I wanted to kind of bring up one of our resident rug pull experts into crypto. What's up, my man?
What's up, everybody? Hey.
What's up, G?
Hey.
Can you hear me just fine? Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
You sound good.
Awesome. Glad to be here.
Good seeing you. So Indo Crypto, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're essentially, what you do is uncover some of these scams, and much like in a way that CoffeeZilla does. You're just a little bit more quiet about it than he is. Obviously, he's got a huge platform.
Yes,
but just give us your perspective on this whole situation before we get into. I want us to kind of react to Logan Paul's response video and then kind of go from there. But just give me your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation.
Yeah. So honestly, with Logan Paul, I mean, we've all been, I mean, I've been saying this for a while now. The Paul brothers, they've just been scamming for a while. I mean, it's known, it's on the blockchain. It's not just Big Paul, it's Little Paul too. So honestly, this doesn't surprise me. It's great that CoffeeZilla, once again is calling him out for what he's doing, but also now, because I feel like CoffeeZilla has such a big platform and he's been growing these past years, especially with, COVID and all that, or the lockdowns, he's finally getting more responses from these big YouTubers like Logan Paul. And, he's had to came out. Of course, he did the response videos, which y'all saw, where he was just bashing, saying it wasn't his fault. It was the devs, they're the ones who are handling all that. But in reality, he is the face of the project. Everybody, in a sense, well, the community is trusting him. And then he goes behind and, like you were saying, Brad, he was just quiet, ghosted everybody essentially, and then just pointing fingers. When in reality, we've seen this time and time that they're all working together. Nobody's going to walk away unpaid. That's just the realistic, aspect of it. And so as far as CoffeeZilla's, process and how he's been, just been calling out Logan Paul, I commend him. I mean, kudos. I hope he keeps at it. He's the voice, honestly, for the smaller people like us, yes, who just, who get scammed, and, there's nothing else we can do. We can go on Discord, we can go on Twitter and scream, but we don't have the platform. And honestly, the pool that now CoffeeZilla has, I mean, I'm sure there are, senators looking at him, people in Congress looking at him, because he is bringing to light to all of this. And it's not just been crypto. He was doing this with stock scams and stuff like that, calling out these YouTubers for not knowing what they're actually doing and just duping investors. But Brad, you hit the nail on the head with everything of what's going on. And honestly, it's sick. They released this project, I believe it was in 2021. Yes. And then yeah, and then like you were saying, the initial rug happened under Logan, and then he moved away, and then the eggs started coming out, and it seemed like it was going to get revamped. because Logan was saying something, and then lo and behold, ghosted again. All the funds are gone, nothing's happened, and then now we get these 3 videos. Logan released 2 videos, I believe, and you know, I think he finally realizes how dumb he sounds and just how like arrogant and whatnot. And now he released the, you know, the apologetic response, and now he's saying that he's going to take accountability and stuff, and which, you know, it's all talk, honestly. And this guy has rugged. I mean, look at the crypto eggs when they hatched. I don't know if you saw them, but they were just pictures of animals, a picture of a duck. I mean, like no effort into it whatsoever. I mean, in his past projects, I know he used Photoshop and he morphed animal pictures together to make them look exotic. You know, he's after this whole Pokemon theme because, you know, Pokemon trading cards are a big thing right now. People are making a lot of money because, you know, they're holding all these old cards and whatnot. And it's great and all, but he's taking advantage of the system and what's going on. And, you know, he's taking advantage of the hype, and that's what's going. Yeah, so look at that. I mean, it looks
These are iStock photos too, by the way.
Oh, well, and there you go. So
That's
yeah,
not
it's all stock photos, and he's charging like $300 plus for these eggs. I mean, come on, guys. Like, it's absurd. So kudos to CoffeeZilla. I hope he keeps at it. I hope, you know, people above are listening and seeing, you know, what's going on, because CoffeeZilla is able to break it down as far as, you know, the logistics behind the NFTs with the inner workings. Not only that, but almost kind of like the psychology of these scammers working this, because honestly, you know, once you start looking at them time and time, you start seeing the similarities and just kind of the physiology and the psychology of these scammers. And I'm just glad it's, you know, it's come to light and something's actually happening, because, you know, with 2023, and I know y'all have been echoing this, regulations and whatnot coming up, I think he's shook. And I think he's, you know, he's scared because he's realizing, or, you know, maybe somebody on the side, maybe a lawyer, told him like, hey, 2023 is going to be a very, very interesting year for crypto. Let's not push it. You need to just go ahead and, you know, make amends.
Yeah. So
and if they can find Kim Kardashian, who the hell is Logan Paul not to get fined too? So be careful.
100%. There's no way that somebody's not investigating him. I would be shocked if he wasn't under some sort of investigation that we just don't know about right now, whether it's from the FTC or whether it's from some sort of attorney general or the SEC themselves. I just wanted to kind of, you had touched on this into crypto. I kind of wanted to just get some reactions from some of the responses that he had to CoffeeZilla's initial videos, because as you had mentioned, Indo, he really just kind of like sounded like a complete idiot. Let's just watch this real quick. Just give some responses. Let's see here.
Paul's biggest scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in CoffeeZilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Hold on. So Logan Paul literally just admitted to hiring a felon for this crypto project. Just want to
a double time felon, but yeah.
Okay,
cool.
We'll continue.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm earning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process,
bus.
who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires.
But he built the team.
Under the bus. He just throws this dude under the bus. Like, it wasn't me, it was him. And he tricked the Mormons.
And I do want to go ahead and point out that, you know, with our investigations, a lot of the stuff that we find, especially names, you know, as far as doxing goes, all of that information does go to the government and to, you know, the proper authorities, and they're the ones who can say honestly what to say, what not to say. You know, it's just the same legal process. You know, there's some things you can't say because now that you've ousted him, doxed him, people can come looking for that guy before authorities can, and either that or he can, you know, flee. You know, it's just a plethora of things that can happen. So that's why some information isn't disclosed to the public, you know, and the authorities handle it on their, you know, on their end. So I will say that.
So Indo, do you think he's actually pre-releasing as much as possible to kind of muddy the process itself against him?
Honestly, I don't know the like the whole inner workings as to why they wouldn't want to release the names or whatnot, but yeah, I would say it's just kind of trying to muddy the waters, you know, trying to throw it out there, and, you know, I guess even let them know, like, hey, you guys are being investigated, you know, through this video, which, I mean, the whole team should know, you know, know what's going on. But the thing is that they were undoxed then. Now they're getting doxed. So yeah, it does change the narrative a little bit. Well, not the narrative of the scam, but more so like now the authorities going after them and whatnot.
Well, and this guy Eddie Ibanez is about to talk about also was a huge scammer, claiming to be an orphan, in which he is not. He has two parents, very loving family. He was also exposed by a reporter, Billy Penn. The Billy Penn reporter Adam Robb in 2022 for falsely claiming that he went to MIT, worked with the CIA, and even helped the Eagles win the 2018 Super Bowl, ring among many other allegations, as I mentioned, being an orphan. Let's go ahead and continue this.
The Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
No, it's just a picture.
And surely a
Incorrect.
That is not true.
NFTs by definition are the certificate of authenticity. It's not any part of the asset it's attached to. The asset it's attached to is what it's certifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. 100%. So
good job. You missed it.
Just more misinformation about NFTs out there by Logan Paul. All right, let's keep going.
The real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial.
This was like, that was these two guys, the Crypto King and Eddie Ibanez, they both basically front loaded with Jake and Logan Paul on this project. And essentially what happened was these two guys rug pulled them before they could rug pull anybody else.
And one question.
This is one of those things where it's like, how many coincidences have to happen before this is clear fact? Like, you know, Logan Paul's like, I didn't know. I trusted this team. I trusted that team. How many times can you get screwed, you know, Logan Paul, before it's like you knew exactly what was going on? There's too many coincidences for you not to know about.
You
And
can't
how
play
much,
this dumb.
yeah, and how much bad luck do you have that
Right.
you surround yourself with all criminals? I mean,
Right.
100%. All right, keep going.
Man Eddie, lead developer, stole 1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff,
That's not necessarily
Logan's
true.
manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to.
So that statement right there that he made, he's talking about other scams. Yet I also want to just point out some of the other rug pulls that Logan Paul has been a part of. One of them being Elongate Coin, that it went to the absolute shit. Dink Doink, I know a lot of you guys remember that. That went to shit. 99 Originals, which he made $5 million on and screwed a lot of people over with. He deleted tweets and scrubbed the internet from his Pokemon NFT project. I'm sorry, that's the one he made $5 million on, and then took money from Ethereum Max as well. So all those scams that he's pointing out, or that he's trying to allege, he's also been a part of many of these.
And if I may too, like you can also be paid outside of selling the token. Like if someone else made a bunch of money off of selling their tokens and you didn't sell yours and they pay you on the back end, you got paid. But you could verify on the blockchain I didn't sell the tokens. It's like, okay, well, that's not the only way to get paid, dude. Like,
correct. That was the case with Ethereum Max. He got paid by Ethereum Max for the Mayweather fight.
Cool straw man, bro. You know?
Exactly.
Good point. Good point, Dadalord.
All right. We'll keep rolling here. Almost done.
To infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Con man Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But
okay, so just I want to point this out too. He's talking about how he had to remain silent for legal reasons, but why didn't he say that in the beginning? I guess that's my question. You could have just said, hey, listen, there's a lot of bad things happening here right now, and I can't talk about it. But instead of doing anything, he just did nothing.
You know, it's like what he said in the beginning about CoffeeZilla. He picks and chooses what he wants to state, and that's exactly what's going on here.
100%.
even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're going to need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out.
All right. So the rest of it is just him talking essentially about how he's going to sue CoffeeZilla. And the new development, the latest development is that he apologized to CoffeeZilla. Like it's backpedaling the whole thing. And I can show you this right here. So CoffeeZilla actually put up on his community tab that Logan Paul reached out to him. And I wonder if I can zoom this in at all. Yeah, I can. Okay. Logan Paul called me and apologized, said that he's dropping the lawsuit threats, deleting the rash response videos, and will be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan. This whole thing is an absolute fucking mess.
So I will go ahead and hint out also that since CoffeeZilla has released the videos and Logan has made this response, you know, the apologetic response, it seems that CryptoZoo is picking up. So the trading volume is picking up. So it's I just wish people would kind of just pump the brakes a little bit and actually let him produce what they actually said they were going to produce versus just buying on the hype right now to then try to make a nice quick flip when potentially, I mean, CoffeeZilla has no doesn't have the keys. So he's not like, he can do anything with that project. I mean, he's doing, the expose on this project. So at this moment, it's still Logan Paul with the keys. So even if he's saying, yeah, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to do right by the community starts buying because, they're going to try to make that quick flip, he could still very well, rug, whatever he makes from there. And, again, that's more legal issues on his end, which I don't want to say he is or he isn't going to do it, just because it seems like now he's got a legal team on the side telling him, hey, this is what you need to be saying and this is what you need to do. So, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword in a sense, just because of what I just stated. So just be very wary if you're watching this video about CryptoZoo and you're looking to invest because there might be bringing back the project from the dead. Just be careful, and and as I always state, never invest more than you can afford to lose, because at that point you might end up losing a lot more over just somebody talking hype when he's done countless of rugs.
Real talk.
Yeah, we are starting to see a little bit of volume on this one. You can kind of see that it's started to move up, and this is gaining so much attention. We saw CoffeeZilla hit his subscriber count grew 750,000 just off.
Good, it's good journalism.
20 million views over those 3 videos, and that's what's kind of gained the exposure. And to your point, Indo, that's what kind of is prompting a little bit of this activity. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is still absolutely worthless. I almost wonder if the reason that it's starting to move is in large part is because Logan Paul said that it's still being worked on. So to me, it's like, man, you guys are still actually believing this bullshit. And whether or not this actually comes to fruition, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But even if this actually happens, I don't even see how the concept is actually has any value to it at all either.
Right.
And people are buying the news and selling the FUD is the problem.
Yeah.
And then Niantic, are they going to come after him for ripping off a concept of theirs?
Right. And I just rattled off obviously the laundry list of crypto scams that Logan Paul has been involved in one way or the other. And so that is, and it has either made money off of while everybody else lost money or what have you. So it is, this seems to be a pattern with him. So it's really hard to kind of trust or believe anything that he's saying at this point in time.
He's cringy.
But the sad thing is, I mean, and I don't want to, I guess I shouldn't say sad thing, but there's still people out there that are gung-ho about him, and they're diehard fans, and they're just going to keep investing, hoping that they can reach his level. I mean, he's got his own talk show, and he very well hyped. I mean, it's his project, but he hyped CryptoZoo, and I don't know how many subscribers he has on his YouTube, but I mean, you got to think all of those people got, affected by it. I mean, one way or another by one project or another project that he scammed, just like, you named off, Brad. So
yeah, it's crazy. So we're going to continue to follow this story as well. And we are running late here, but I wanted to make sure that we covered all of that. Go ahead. Were you going to say something else?
Yes, I just wanted to thank you, Indo, for jumping on at the last second.
Absolutely.
And we love having you. And by the way, Indo is in this industry of the NFT rug pulls. Make sure that projects are real, validates them. They actually proactively get engaged into these communities. They don't wait till the train wreck occurs. They actually get in there, and they've had good results where people were doing it correctly. I'm sorry, intentions were correct, but after they engage with Indo and his team that they're working on, actually adjusted to the correct path of doing things correctly. So
yeah, thank you. Where can we find that?
That's at a Rug Pull Finder. But yeah, and even then, jump in the DCTV Discord. I'm in there as well. If you guys want to ask questions, in either Discord, we're all here to help each other out. Absolutely. So, even if it's as simple as, what do you think about this project? I mean, it could take us 5 to 10 minutes just to look at, even then look at the team, look at, the utilities. Does it really make sense? Is the price point according to what they're going to present? Oh, if you don't know, like I said, jump into the Discord and ask, does this make sense? Do these utilities actually match the price of what this NFT is? And we can all learn. We can all learn and grow from there.